It's a topic that becomes a matter of morality, realism, heroism, survival, or an appetite for violence, and brings on the big question: should heroes kill? Welcome to my channel, KC, that's me, Carrie Chug, the Sledge storyteller, here to talk about the wonderful world of storytelling and to open up discussion about how we can tell the best stories we can. So, to kill or not to kill, that is the superhero question. And it's not just a question, but a subject of never-ending debate. For many, it's a black and white issue where no matter what the reason is, it's murder. And for others, it's a question of how could the hero not kill the villain who will kill everyone they possibly can if and when he ever breaks free from prison. Often it warrants the question, what kind of character transition does it have to create once a hero has killed for whatever reason? Or for others, if there's no killing, there's just no plain fun action. So here's my outlook on a few reasons why the hero may kill, and any reasoning, if justification that is up for evaluation. Nobody's going to have the same opinion on it. So my primary focus here is on what storytelling angles are made on the subject and what challenges you may face after taking any of them. Starting with war. So here's where historical precedence comes into play. War has historically been a situation where the opposition is coming at the protagonist's side so fast that there are few options as to how to push back the attack. Now, Captain America Civil War is an exception since it was heroes against heroes, but both Avengers Infinity War and Endgame are the rule where killing happens rapidly. The challenge here, the war has to be narratively justified. The antagonist side has to have a clear motivation to attack the protagonist side, while upping the stakes, and the protagonist side needs the right motivation to act in the way that you choose for them to act, and for that matter, kill. Then there's the imminent threat. Now there's one topic of potential controversy here. It's the kind of thing that might spur you to think hard on what it means to be well grounded on the matter, because at times it may happen where the hero has been left with few if any options to a lethal threat. For many, there's always an alternative to killing. That's where I have to push back. Anyone who insists that there's always an alternative to killing without any exception has never heard of the real world happening of suicide by cop. That doesn't mean that I don't support the idea of a narrative where it looks like the hero may be forced to kill the villain, but they manage to find that alternative in a convincing and thrilling fashion, and oftentimes it fulfills your goal of an unpredictable resolution. But it can also potentially serve the story best for the hero to use lethal force to stop the threat. Just know that you best look ahead and factor in the consequences of that happening. No one's going to want to see the next episode where the hero seems unaffected by the event. It might best have a traumatic effect on them or lead to legal repercussions. Bottom line, it's not an approach that works if it happens repeatedly. Then have perhaps the most controversial option. It's flat out arbitrary. So here you've got the hero who doesn't want to deal with complexities and fighting evil and frequently sees killing as the usual solution, go-to solution even. But here's an interesting irony. You ask a bunch of comic book superhero fans which superheroes have a no-kill rule. Probably 9 times out of 10, Batman will be the first one mentioned. And it's an angle that can work well because it's that one bright spot to an otherwise dark character. But the irony I was initially referring to at the start of this topic is how Batman had been portrayed in the first couple of years. In the climax of his debut in Detective Comics number 27, he didn't hesitate to kill, and while this situation does qualify as an aforementioned imminent threat, it's followed by a fairly disturbing line spoken by Batman, "A fitting end to his kind." 3 issues later, he snapped the neck of a villain who was just sticking his head out the window. 2 more issues after that, he shoots a vampire with a gun, and this wasn't the only time he toted that pistol. Nowadays, as I've been mentioning, amid much fundamental clash, more people see arbitrarily violent heroes as an outlet for their frustrations. Starting in the 1980s, the Punisher was the poster boy for that. Shoot first and ask questions later. In that same company, Wolverine is much in the same vein. And in 1999, writer Warren Ellis decided he wanted to put that spin on the Justice League and created the Authority under DC's Wildstorm imprint, sort of your alternative and very violent and, no hesitation to kill Justice League. And now you have such heroes as the Boys to enlarge that crowd. For all that these characters have to offer to a bloodthirsty audience, they still expect complexity to the stories and the characters. So if that's the angle you want to take, keep complexity in mind and not just put out mindless violence. Finally, there's the disposable villain. I'm not denying that there's good logic to be put into use in giving no-kill rules to heroes, but you're closer to convince me that the earth is flat than that there's no part of the reasoning for that rule in keeping the best villains alive, so that they can be used again, and again. That's an adage that will never stop repeating itself. The Joker sells. The irony in the Joker's longevity is that he was supposed to die in his debut issue of Batman #1. Here he had been featured in 2 different stories, the second of which he was inadvertently stabbed at the end, and it was there where he was supposed to die, but it was decided that he was too good a villain to kill off, so they just added another panel where the coroner announced that he survived the stabbing. But seriously, who's ready to see the Joker done away with? And as many times as he has been reinvented, it has worked. But if the best villains should be kept alive, a lot of the lesser villains are open to the worthy kill 'em angle. In such cases, it's mainly focused on the stakes and the reasoning in play of why the hero will have to kill. And obviously, no-kill heroes will either spare the villain or some freak happening will kill them instead. But that's my insight on the hero kills question. Thank you for watching. Agree, disagree, or something I left out? Please let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, please click like. If you like this channel, please click subscribe or follow me on Instagram. The link to order Sledge #1 and 2 on Into Planet is in the description below. You can order it on paper or digital download. Both formats are available on Kindle for Sledge #1. But let's all look for civility amid all the bad news out there about social and political strife. It breaks my heart what's going on in the Ukraine. I don't know how that can be resolved. I do hope it can be. But, let's find kindness. Let's do our part in helping make the world a better place. And let's follow the precautions that have been given to us. It does feel like things are waning on the pandemic. Let's put a little vigilance into it. But thanks for watching. Everyone be safe and God bless.